Provinces, estates, 2-5 opening. All right, let's party. Attacks, militia. Okay, militia, there's no direct defense, but tunnel does counter militia pretty hardcore. So he goes for militias, I go for tunnels, I get golds, he does something else, I don't know. I mean, militia's probably not that good here if tunnel's going to be viable. So yeah, that, trashing. Well, this series, we just don't like to trash our cards, kids. Oh, wait, count. That's trashing. Hey, that's really good trashing. And I'm opening 2-5. So I can open count like embargo or something, which is quite strong. So yeah, that's pretty good. So anyway, that's a thing. Village. Well, we've got mining village, so that's pretty good. Draw, nobles, lab, seller for sifting, embargo for awesomeness. There's no plus buy though, so like. The best you can make out of your deck is something that plays a militia every turn. Which, like, because of tunnel, isn't the best thing ever, right? You can't even gain, so building is slow. However, embargo can really shape the landscape of games, right? There's no trashing, so curses are a big deal. However, there's seller, so like with big draw, like lab and seller, like lab, and noble seller becomes really powerful because it can help your deck stay very viable through the end game, and I think that might be important. That actually makes me want to open seller over embargo, but I mean embargo could be very good with my 5-2. I feel like I could really get an advantage that way. So we want to draw lots of cards, but we don't want to build too much because of no plus buy. That's the story. What do I open here? Well, I think, like I said, count seller. Or is the trashing really going to be worth it? I feel like it is. I mean, count also enables tunnels. Count's like a really good card for big money, even. I want to open with a count. Count's like great for opening with. Now, the real choice I have to make here is seller or embargo. There are merits to both. However, if he is going to play malicious on me, you know, seller becomes less good unless I really want to commit to labs right now. And do I want to commit to labs right now? Well, I don't feel comfortable saying I want to commit to labs right now because I don't know what he's going to do. If he wants to build a deck that plays a militia every turn, then, like, yeah, I can counter that, but I probably would rather have opened embargo, you know? Like, if I open embargo, I can embargo labs, press my advantage with the count, you know? Embargo gives me opportunities to get an early advantage. And an early advantage, if I press it properly, since I'm playing really well, could mean that I win this game. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to open embargo, hide my 3-4 so that maybe he's not tempted to go for militia. Okay, he either sees through it or thinks that militia is still right. That's fine. I still need to open count here, but I will be getting some tunnels. Militia here is just fine. I need to figure out what I'm going to do. I could discard the embargo. I don't like that, though. I would rather, I think, discard something, play embargo, embargo labs, get a tunnel, or maybe embargo count. I just don't feel like playing count this turn is all that great. Unless I want to push my embargo to next turn. I could top deck embargo. Get the money, get a tunnel. I want a tunnel. I don't know that I want the embargo in my deck, but I can have it next turn. When I know I'm not going to be militia and I have a very good chance of hitting a gold, yeah, that seems better. OMW, it seems better. I'm going to do it. I should have got more potatoes. Okay, so he gets his single count. I think embargoing labs here might be decent. I don't know. I want to get a tunnel for sure. Tunnel's very good. I have 2 enablers so far. I have his militia and I have my count. Okay, now let's think. How are our decks different? Our decks are different because he's got a lab and he's got a militia. And I've got a tunnel. And now I don't have this embargo. So I'm more heavily invested in Tunnel as a soft counter to his Militia and something to be enabled by my Count. I'm going to get more use out of more Counts than he will, so I'm not embargoing Count. Lab, I don't feel like is super, super good for my deck. I think I have to embargo Labs here. I mean, I don't want to get a Lab right now. It just doesn't feel good. And you know what I always say. I would rather be thin and, like, do Tunnel and get a million golds. Like, that's what I would rather do than try and draw a bunch. Wait a second. What am I saying? Hold on. Let me make sure that Lab doesn't help me better than what I just said. I mean, maybe I'm more suited to do that than he is, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Sans embargo, what's my strategy? Lab is actually really good with count for trashing, yeah? You know what? I'm going to embargo the villages, because I know I don't want a village. I want one terminal in my deck and its count. So, village embargo seems actually very smart here. Yeah? Then he has to go for nobles for villages, and I can embargo those if I want. That seems way better. So now, is it gold or lab? Well, I feel like buying a gold isn't like the sexiest thing ever. Because I'm hoping to like gain a million golds. I feel like lab is really great early. It cycles, it enables my count for big thinning and stuff. It can when I have a thin deck, it really helps me accelerate, draw my tunnels together. Yeah. So I think lab is smarter than gold. So I'm getting a lab. The talented and focused Dominion player, Adam, talks himself out of snap embargoing labs. And I think it was the right move. Here, tunnel number 2 for Sherzies. Come on. Draw me a count. Dear deck, I love you. I want to have your babies. Love, Adam. I would like to get another lab here. That's what I'd like. So I'll get one. I think I might be done, quote, building, unquote. What does that mean? I think I don't want any more labs. I think 2 is probably enough. I can just start, like, mass gaining golds. With count and a deck full of a million golds and really not that many stop cards, I feel like even if he plays Militia every turn, I'm okay. And who's to say that I can't also play a Militia every turn? You know? I can do that, too. He hasn't gotten an embargo. I mean, whatever. You can embargo the Militias. I don't really care, bruh. I don't, like... It's not, like, super duper, like... Yeah. Province? Huh? If he militias me, obviously not, which actually looks likely. Why else would he play nobles for actions when he has 1 nobles in his deck, unless he had both of his other terminals in his hand? So I'm totally getting militia this turn. What's it going to be then? Is it going to be another lab? Actually, I just said I wasn't getting any more labs, and I feel like another lab is smart here. Lab is decent against militia, yeah? Oh, he would play nobles if he wanted to... You trashed your militia. Okay, that was really goofy. I mean, unless you're concerned about lack of economy... Okay, you could be. You have a 6-card deck. What is in your... Okay, pause. What is in your deck? It's, What are the good cards in it? You got a Nobles, you got a Count, you got 2 Labs, and a Silver? So you needed the copper to maintain your economy. You trashed the Militia. You didn't even play it. You wanted it gone. You wanted to not enable my tunnels? I mean, this is I really have to read into this. Like, she can't say no would not do this without a direct purpose. I mean, your deck is incredibly focused right now, and I need to figure out what it is focused on. I need to figure that out. Why didn't you keep the militia? You're that afraid of enabling my tunnels when I can just do it myself with count? I'm getting a province. I think I really I think I'm playing better. What I'm doing has to be better. I mean, I know there's tunnel. I know my judgment is probably skewed and terrible, but I really think what I'm doing is better. I really think so. If I just don't go crazy for duchies and get a lead, I mean, come on. Gain duchy. Out of all the things, out of all the good things you could do, okay, you wanted to buy a tunnel. But you want the duchy? Why? I I don't understand why. That's important because I could make kind of a loose play here and trash this hand. What that accomplishes, I think it accelerates the rate at which I can gain golds if I'm going to race for 8 provinces. What am I missing with the duchy? He hasn't gotten an embargo. He trashes militia. I have no idea what you're trying to do. And I really don't think I'm missing anything. If I trash this hand, I mean, are you just trying to gold flood thinning down first? But then why the duchy? If I trash this hand, what's in my deck? 2 labs count, 2 golds, 2 tunnels in my discard, another gold in here, probably some more starting cards. Two coppers, 3 coppers, province, province and 2 coppers. I really am tempted by trashing my hand here. I think I'm gonna do it. Could be wrong. I did it. Second count or lab here. Lab. This is me who likes to build too much. By province. Oh, let's build more. Let's trash a gold. Ah. The next hand's gonna be pretty good. $3 by tunnel. Gain, duchy, embargo. I don't know what your plan is, bro. I'm not saying it ain't a good one. But whatever it is, it will be an honor to be crushed by it if that's how I go out of this tournament. Province? Okay. Draw a deck. What if I race him on duchies? That's not a good idea. Huh? My deck is really good. Yeah. I've got 5 golds. And this is a copper. 5 golds, 2 coppers. I mean, where's the alt VP? How are you gonna catch up? There's Cellar. I can get Cellar on an offhand with the labs. It's pretty good. Piles, things, stuff, etc. I don't want the duchy now. I think I can buy embargoed provinces and win the game. Next hand, count 2 tunnels. I'll take it. I'll gain a duchy and either get another tunnel or a cellar. We'll see what feels good when the time comes. You're building more. I need to be concerned about the end of this game. I could take the money and get a lab. Stay relatively lean as well. Focus on provinces. I mean, your duchy thing, you're not gonna like catch up all that soon, yeah? But my deck is really good. It's got like 1,000,000 golds. I'm clouded by the fact that I don't know what you're doing. And so to play against it optimally is difficult. Cellar enables tunnels. I like Cellar over tunnel, number 3. Do I get the duchy, or do I just say screw it and get a lab? Yeah, well, let's take the middling play, do duchy and Cellar. This is great. Hmm. Well, can't hit 7 if I use the count to discard the tunnels, so we'll just, use this other thing that enables tunnels and then, like, get more money. Probably gonna draw a gold. No bigs. You know. So, double duchy or province curse? Well, double duchy's just better than that, yeah. Especially because he seems to be relying on the duchies. Here on 4. I mean, I could embargo these alt VP cards. Seems to be his biggest hope of catching up, yeah. Or I could just get another tunnel. Or a cellar.
nobles. I'm going to win this game by getting a lot of provinces. Because now he can only score 2 points per turn, unless he wants to get provinces too, which his deck is not nearly as good at as mine. So let's enable that and get a seller. Here, I'm going to play 1 lab, probably not play any more cards, and buy a province. Because, you know, you don't want to cycle while you're greening, but... Nobles for 8? Do not understand. Points. Score them. Yes. This is fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Tunnel, I'm guessing. Militia, okay. I'm pretty sure I don't care about that anymore. Huge lead. Huge lead. No count left in my deck, so I'm not playing this lab. There's just no reason to. I'm not going to cycle while I'm greening. You know what? Actually, I've seen a lot of my good cards. Let's play the lab. Okay, my lead is enormous at this point. I would say nigh insurmountable. But I'm in full green at this point. I mean, there's barely enough points in the supply for him to catch up. And at 2 points a turn, I mean, the win is basically locked up. So I feel extremely good about my position. Oh, dear deck. You are so the best. Fortunate draws, but I think my strategy was better. There you go. Tunnel game. No bigs. Got it! Alright. I'm going to take this whole match down. So epic.